Hi there, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by my channel. As you guys can see here, we're a red day, down 0.5%. Not too bad, I guess, but still in the red for a pretty good amount. According to my dividend tracker here, about $1,500 in the red, but still nonetheless collecting about $5,700 in dividends on a monthly basis. And so I did make some purchases this morning. I wish I would have waited a little bit longer because the market did drop a little bit more just before I bought. I bought at a little bit higher prices. But always try to take advantage of a red day like today. So if we look over at the fear and greed index here, as you guys can see, we are still in greed. Let me just load that again. Yep, still in greed. But as you guys can see, all major indexes are in the red. Dow Jones, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq. Everything is in the red today. And it might be because there's a speech from the Fed, Jerome Powell. Let's open up my Robinhood account. And here's my Robinhood account. As you guys can see, I'm down 0.56%. And I'm just about $1,400 today. And who knows? I don't know if this thing is gonna keep going down or if this is it. If it's gonna start turning around here. It may start turning around, maybe, or who knows? Maybe it's gonna go down a little bit further. But I guess that's yet to be seen. So let me show you guys what I did end up buying. Let's just scroll down a little bit here. Okay, there's Ulti, YMAX. Let's see here. I ended up buying this AGI. I'm pretty sure you've heard of this ETF if you're interested in seeing investing videos, especially investing videos with income. I'm sure you've heard of AGI. I bought this because so far it has a very decent track record. Let's look at year to date. As you guys can see, year to date it's up 4.26%, and it does pay a monthly dividend. We can check that on Webull. If we go to AGI, it's EEGY. I must have put it in wrong. EEGY, there it is. Okay, if we look over here to fund and we go to profile, scroll down a little bit, as you guys can see here, EEGY has paid 80 cents last month. So I'm assuming it's going to pay maybe 80 cents this month. And that's a pretty decent dividend on a monthly basis. Anywhere from 80 to 70 cents. The highest one looks like it was 94 cents. So yeah, I bought some of that. Not much. I only bought 2 shares. So 2 shares of EGGY. I also bought 2 shares of EGGS. Another from Nest Yield Total Return Guard. So if we look at the year to date here, also very good performance. It's up 11.69%. If we look at what it pays in dividends here, we can switch back over here, and it's let's look that up. EEGS. Okay, let's go to fund. Let's go to profile. Scroll down a bit. This one pays a little bit less, as you guys can see, about half. It's paying on average 45 cents per share. The highest it ever paid was 58 cents. So not bad, because as you guys can see the difference, this has greater performance than EEGY. Seems that EEGY has more of a dividend, and this has more return. The other one I bought was EEGQ. So let's look for that. Here it is, EEGQ. Another nest egg ETF. Bought 2 shares of this, and so let's look at the dividend, EEGQ. EEGQ. Let's check that out. Analysis, fund, profile. As you guys can see here, EEGQ pays 22 cents, or about 20 cents per share on a monthly basis. And so if we go to the performance of EEGQ on my Robinhood account here, year to date, let's look at that year to date there. As you guys can see, year to date, this is up 26.72%. So this is the one that's obviously outperforming the other two by far. These are all also diversified. So as you guys can see here, this one, about half of it is technology, 8% consumer staples, financials about 5%, communication services about 28%, utilities 6%, and healthcare close to 5%. Okay, so it's fairly diversified. If we look at the top 10 here, these are the top 10 stocks that it holds. You may be familiar with some of them, like for example Palantir Technologies, Netflix, Oracle, Coinbase, Google, Tesla, Vistura, I don't really know what that is, Nvidia, and Broadcom, and App11. Yeah, don't know what that is. But it holds, according to this, 30 different stocks. So it's fairly diversified. And of course, one of the other important things to consider is its 25% margin maintenance. Another thing I did this morning was I sold all of my UPRO because since the market was headed in this direction and no one really knows how far down it's going to go, so I decided to sell all of my UPRO for a profit. And I think I made about maybe like $200 off of the UPRO. Didn't have that many shares, but I did make about $200. And I have a new buy order to see if I can buy it back at another low down here somewhere. Well, I also bought a bunch of other ETFs. For example, this here XLP VDC, which I told you guys about, I think, in my previous video, Consumer Staples ETF. And the main reason why I purchased this ETF is because during the tariff, during the day of the tariffs, this thing didn't really go down very much. It only went down by 1.81%. And so, as you guys can see here, this is basically going sideways. So this should bring some amount of stability to my portfolio. And if we look at the long-term track record here, it's fairly good. I mean, in the maximum time frame here, it's up 324%. So not bad. I only own one share because it is more expensive. Each share is in like $215 almost. It's also 25% margin maintenance, and it's basically concentrated in consumer staples, right? So it's considered more of a defensive type of ETF. And so if we look at the top 10 here, Walmart, I go to Walmart, Costco, Procter and Gamble, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Philip Morris, Altria, and Target, Colgate, yeah, so on. So consumer staples. So this should bring some stability. I'm going to be buying more of this. I also bought XLP, which is just another version of consumer staples, just a different brand of ETF, but it's basically the same thing. If I compare both of them, they're basically doing the same thing, except for this one's a little bit less expensive. Same 25% margin maintenance, as you guys can see. It probably holds the same things, but as you guys can see, this one really says that it's concentrated in consumer defensive. So if we look at the top 10, yeah, basically the same. As you guys can see, it's got Walmart, Costco, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Philip Morris, Altria, PepsiCo, same. Basically the same deal here. I guess the only thing is, I guess they got Monster drink in here. So let's see, what else did I buy? I also bought some XLU. Bought 2 shares of XLU, and this is utilities. So, we all need utilities, electricity, gas, water, right? We all use utilities every day, and we need them. And so this is also like a defensive play. If we go back a year to date, back here, I believe is, yeah, here's the the tariff dump. So this only went down 3.74%, and as you guys can see, it's had a run up since then. If we look at the long-term track record here, it's really good, not too bad. I believe right around here is the 2008 dump, which was probably one of the worst dumps of my lifetime. As you guys can see, and this only really dumped by 2.74%, so not too bad. But actually, if you really look at the price, the top was 42.45. This dump here is it's close to almost half. But since then, it's tracked higher. This is also 25% margin maintenance. It is concentrated in utilities. The top 10 here is all basically energy companies, right? Southern, Duke Energy, American Electric, Dominance Electric, pretty much all energy stuff. Which I've heard that with this AI boom, that's coming, there's going to be a lot of a need for energy, for electricity. It's going to consume more electricity than ever before, AI. So, it might be good to start buying some more of that utility ETF. So I bought some of that. I also bought some GOOW. I bought 2 shares of this, Google, from Roundhill. 30% margin maintenance, and of course it's Google. And what else did I buy? Let me show you guys here. That might be it, actually. That might be all I bought with my paycheck. I also bought some MAGY from Roundhill. It holds the Magnificent 7. This is 25% margin maintenance, and it's basically off of the Magnificent 7. I don't know if I bought anything else. Let me take a look through here. Doesn't look like I bought anything else. I might have bought some more SPYI. I think I bought some more SPYI this morning. If we scroll down here, SPYI, right here. I believe I previously only had about 8 shares of SPYI, so I bought 2 more shares this morning. Yeah, there it is. Oh, actually, I bought 5 shares total. 1 limit buy for 4 shares, and then another limit buy for 1 share. So 5 shares total. This is also 25% margin maintenance, and it's basically based on the S&P 500. So as you guys can see, it has a greater amount of diversification. And the top 10 is probably, it's the S&P 500. So yeah, that's another buy, and I believe that was it. That was all I bought. That was all I did today, because I spent $1,000. And so I still haven't put in the $1,000 because I still haven't received the $1,000. But I should be getting paid sometime tomorrow, and I'll just put that, right in here to cover the cost of the ETFs that I purchased on margin. Another thing, as you guys can see here, all of my puts are in the green, although they have not made me any money. This is up 10.58%. So, pretty good, over 10%. But I bought this for $1.48. So I'm still in the negative here, $33. But as you guys saw in one of my other videos, it says simulate my returns. So if we go to there, I am in the red for $33 because I bought this for $1.48. And so if the market continues, if it goes down, let's say for some crazy reason it drops by, 10%. If you look down here, there's their percentages. I am scrolling to a 10% drop, which I don't want to have happen, which is, that's about 10%, $595. I'd make $1,000 if that were to happen. So if that were to happen, I'd make $1,000 almost on every one of those puts. If it dropped by, let's say it dropped by another 10, let's go to 20. Let's say it dropped by 20. If it drops by 20, I'll make $5,000. If this thing drops by 30%, which would be a bummer, because I really don't want that to happen. I doubt it'll happen, but if it were to happen, this is about 30 right there, I would make $11,843. So, and I have currently I have 6 of these. So that's how those kind of work. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Really would appreciate it. You guys have a great day. God bless. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.